originally by the DePrizio lumber, well, Charles DePrizio and Son Lumber. And it was 190 or 91 acres. And they chunked off 100 of that and sold it.
To?
Daniel and Glendon Nason, father and son. I don't even know who they are.
Relatives?
Somewhere along the line, I'm sure. But I don't know. At those years, my interest was not in town government. So
Girls.
What's that?
Girls, probably, back then.
Oh, could be.
Well, I assume it's ongoing investigation, and I see a hand up.
I just want to add to that, since I'm going to be videotaping the county commissioners meeting tomorrow and Aiden of the Register of Deeds, I'll go and check any information. Apparently the lawyer said that they did go up and check to see if there is a title and deed, but I just want to go up there and make sure there actually is.
Well, I suspect there's a title and deed. I'm not sure there's a legitimate subdivision.
Yeah, we have, the town of Brookfield has a copy of the deed in a book and page from the registry, but that's all there is. There's no plot, and that's the issue. It's the plot plan. Because there's one party or the other, and I don't know which one is which, but is claiming a discrepancy between the plot plan that they thought they were buying or something of that nature and the deed. So the attorneys, I believe, are trying to figure this out. And they're not having any luck finding an official plot plan.
With approval by the
Right.
by the planning board,
Right.
yeah. So.
Now, is this, what class road is this?
There is no road frontage, it's backland.
It's backland, way up on the mountains.
Okay.
And it's from 1983, the transaction. So it's
A few years ago.
yeah. The other point was that the board continued working on the conditional use, trying to make progress on that. And the final point is the next scheduled planning board meeting is for the 4th Monday in March because of the town meeting.
After the election.
Yes.
How about a briefing on the folding chair?
That's on record. You gotta look at the tape.
you gotta wait and watch the tape.
We're waiting for the YouTube clip.
Bill, you might notice you have a very nice chair tonight.
Yes, I do. I noticed that. I couldn't figure why.
It apparently did a very slow collapse while somebody was sitting in it.
Somebody, unnamed.
It's on tape.
You have to watch the planning board meeting minutes, I guess, because it's all recorded.
In the beginning and
Middle.
I can watch the whole thing. That's good.
I'm going to extract just that one clip, and I'm sure it'll be around town.
Well, you'll know by the discussion and the laughter who it is.
And you might make some money off of that, maybe. Charge of fees.
We're talking, oh, you were at the meeting last night? Oh, okay, then you know why the chair is missing.
Yes, I do. Gary said he would look at possibly putting it back together for us.
Oh, you gave it away.
No.
Bill didn't know. Okay, anything else from the planning board?
That was it.
The website. When you create a monster, you have to feed it. It's going to be a monster. I just reviewed it a little bit today, looking at minutes missing, no minutes whatsoever. Ag Commission, some of them actually pretty well up to date. Conservation Commission is doing pretty good. Heritage Commission could record a few more things. Planning Board was up to date, but the Road Committee, ZBA hadn't done anything, so there's nothing to put in there. Selectmen were up to date. You're right, I can't read my handwriting.
I attended the last Ag Commission meeting, and it was a week ago, Monday, I think.
Yep.
Is that when they meet, Mondays?
Yep, no, I know they met.
And from what I understand, they're having trouble getting a quorum, that's why there are no minutes. Two of the people, the chairperson and another person come, and that's basically the only two that show up.
In that case, they can just do meeting notes and then file it in the book. At least just explains
Yeah,
it.
I'd say
They-
no.
Can't do that. Can't hold a meeting without a quorum. No meeting, no quorum,
Well, you
no
can't take
meeting,
any
no
action.
minutes.
No nothing, no nothing, no nothing. Okay.
Because it gives the impression that decisions were
That they
made.
conducted business without a
That's
proper
right.
meeting.
By the way, there is what I consider to be a really nice area of our website. If you go and click on the About Brookfield, lots of good data there. Very interesting, a lot of historical data. Craig has obviously done a lot of work and put a lot of stuff in there, and it looks nice.
Have you thought about joining the Ag Commission?
As soon as my term, yes, I have. That's my desire, and that's what I will do when my term for the planning board is up.
Wait.
Because I can't, my plate's overflowing.
With no snow?
What about Ed? No? What about Ray?
I don't know anything about it.
You're perfect. We don't need just farmers on it. We need regular citizens on it.
You can file.
What date does it meet?
It's the first Monday of the month.
This is something I think you can file too. That's my data.
I think it's at 7 o'clock.
6:30
It might be back at
maybe. I
6:30.
think it was 6:30.
This must be your note. Lister report still needed. Oh, why are you passing it to me?
Because you're the chair.
We're going to discuss all that in the town report.
Yeah.
Could get with that. Hi, can I back up for a minute for
Sure.
public comment? I had somebody contact me today about Neighbor Watch, you know, the little signs they have up. I
Yep.
know that was discussed, I don't know when that topic has come up, and they were interested in just because of all that's happening in Wolfboro and Tuftonboro and around, concerned and questioned whether we should be a neighborhood watch community, have the signs and all that. And I don't know whether to direct them to the police department, I don't know or whether the board has discussed
What, here in
this.
Brookfield?
Yeah.
We can get signed through the prison system. And in fact, a week ago to today, I think. Don't quote me on that. But we had a break-in on Moose Mountain Road in the middle of the day.
I think the idea of the signs is a good idea, but who pays for them?
Town.
Okay, but if you're going to do that, we would have to then promote it.
Do we have a neighborhood watch?
We have a lot of people that keep an eye on their neighbors' houses.
That's not, I
But
understand that. That's neighbors being neighbors.
I know, that's.
The question is do we have an organized neighborhood watch?
No.
Well, I think this particular person was in thoughts of maybe trying to get something organized. I believe the chief is running different talks on different types of things, so I think the police department would be somebody to...
I think that if they want to organize a neighborhood watch and hold meetings and do the neighborhood watch program, once that's up and established, then we can address the signs. But putting signs up just as a deterrent is not really a deterrent.
No, I
Not when we
concur.
have a sign thief in town that
That's right.
takes down signs almost as quick as we can put them up. We're missing, I think, this past fall, our second of 3 signs in a row as you turn onto Moose Mountain Road, one for dead end, one for horses, and one for people walking. I think we only have one of them left.
So Ray, why do you keep taking them down?
So we have something
I
to
don't
do to
hit
put
him
them
with that
back
plow.
out.
Plow, yeah. Yeah, it's good.
How's the mailbox?
So far, so good. No snow to hit it. So nice.
Bill, I think the person needs to start with the police department
Okay.
and with his guidance and go ahead then there has to be an initiative to make it a reality, and then I think the selectmen would be interested in supporting something like that.
Okay.
Put under their armed and dangerous.
Beware of dog signs. Usually we'll just put them at the town line.
Don't worry about the dogs, worry about the residents.
Yeah, that one.
I did see where somebody got arrested and fined heavily
Yes.
for her animals, which bit somebody. Here, resident of this town.
Mhm.
And he did get paid for the doctor visit. After it was in order.
Yeah, and I'll shut up now. Why don't we do the minutes? Clifton's here now.
Sure. That's good. Do these minutes reflect the corrections, or do they
Not
have
on
to be
your,
mentioned?
not your corrections,
Okay.
because those came after I had already posted them. So your email, I gave you the email?
Yes.
Okay.
A couple suggestions that I have for potential corrections would be Frank Frazier, public comments. Frank Frazier, near the end, where it says Time Warner is sending us a draft contract. It should be a draft rather than it's not being executed. I think it says it's being executed.
Yes, it does.
Okay. And I
It's
don't
being
think
executed and should be received any day.
and I
It's
don't
being
think-
drafted.
drafted. So I think that's a change that
I
needs to be made.
remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
Last paragraph, public comments. If she was acting,
Yeah, if she was acting,
Yeah.
not acting.
then it goes on, and I don't think it states anything in regard to the person said it was okay to discuss this. This is referring to the last meeting when we had Pam Frazier and her neighbor, and the neighbor was specifically asked if it was okay to discuss this. And I don't think it clearly states that in there, that we were discussing that. She was discussing, she gave her the approval to discuss this. To me, that was a concern that I had.
Yeah, that actually should be in there.
Okay, so how do you want it worded?
Since Ernie asked the question.
I asked it.
Oh, you asked the question?
I asked Susan if it was, I'll do this,
If it was okay for,
Pam to talk on her behalf. Or to
I
speak
thought
in
it
her-
was for us to discuss.
Okay, that's
this
right,
issue.
to discuss this issue.
Okay.
And Ms. Marquis said it was.
Okay.
Political signs, the next one. It says the town, the owner has the right to place political signs. I'm just trying to read here. Could someone think that they could give us signs and we would put them up? It says the town, we meant as the selectmen, have the right to place political signs. There's no starting or ending date for that. There's an ending date we discussed, but no starting date. So could somebody come and say, you know, November 1st, I want these signs put out there. Could they put a sign on November 1st? There's nothing saying they couldn't put it out before November 1st. I think our intention was would only be on election day, and I think it should state that.
That's all we've ever allowed was just election day.
But that doesn't say that.
And that was discussed.
Yes.
So it's just on election day, that's all. On the day itself, the signs can be put up in that designated spot. No, that's just my, and the area, designated area would be around the flagpole. Good, am I misspoken, or anybody?
No,
No?
that's what we
Okay.
talked about.
Well, we had a mistake on the election, when the election was up. a sign up or something. We just made a mistake at the meeting, which we corrected at the end. Well, I don't remember. I don't have Bridget. Just gave me the minutes. I was already saying. We lost them. I don't know what's in there. Other than that, it's the only things that I have.
You want to make a motion?
Yeah, make a motion to accept them as amended.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. You disagree or you're?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm just going to have you rewrite the letter.
Oh, thanks.
Talking about the minutes and our discussion, public discussion on Susan Markey and Pam Fraser, I would just state that a letter was sent from our attorney to Susan Markey to answer the questions raised at the meeting. The other thing I would mention is that the issue of the 66417 issue, political signs, that letter had been signed and already mailed, but we're going to rewrite the letter and put it in our policy book as an established procedure within the town of Brookfield for the day of the election and then cleaning up the day after.
So we're going to make it a selectman's ordinance.
Yep. And I'm looking at Bill.
No, yeah, and I think now, are we going to leave, what happens if we run into a situation where somebody gets a little carried away there and they put, 42 gigantic signs for a certain candidate? I mean, do we have the...
They've done that in the past. You might have one...
Well, yeah, but we're writing this as an ordinance, as a selectman's ordinance now, so if we're going to limit things going forward, this is the time to do it.
Well, I'm saying we should limit it, but I mean, I could see, we're trying to be devil's advocate here, where somebody, up to now, I don't remember a problem. So yeah, some people had bigger signs and some people had little, but so what happens if somebody got out there and just plastered it
Filled
with
that whole island and then...
4'8" signs?
I've seen them do it.
What we need to do is set a size limit on the sign and the approximate number of signs that can be placed there for one candidate. So
Is it only candidates or is it also warrant articles and things?
any political sign
Right.
would have to be on a certain size, no bigger than,
That's a good idea.
and then no more than put in there. So what's the ones that you get for the little,
Stick in the ground.
yeah, those are
Little wire
2x3s? I mean, those are pretty noticeable and seeable. That's what most people buy. Though we do have 4x8 sheets of plywood that have been utilized. But I don't think we want to put those on the town, that size on the town property.
Of course.
And I would say no more than 6 of one candidate. I mean, that's still a lot
Or
of,
topic.
or topic. That's a lot of, that's a lot of signs of one thing. And if you've got 5 different opposing views of that one topic, that's 30 signs.
Are you limiting free speech?
No. You can have 100 opposing views of one topic. All we're limiting is the amount of duplicate signs.
No, I know what you're saying.
That's not limiting free speech. That's limiting, that's space requirements. I mean, that island is not that big.
You got to
What happens if they've got signs on their vehicles?
Doesn't matter.
That's on their
They're not going to be on the island.
That's personal. That's personal
It's
vehicles.
not on town property either.
Well, it's parked right out here. It's town parking lot.
It's on their vehicle. It's no
My
different
only
than
point is, if you're going to have an ordinance, you have to address that.
Well, no, because that's like saying that now you're looking at, because bumper stickers have political meaning. They have political signs. There are vote for, Ronald Reagan bumper stickers still floating around. You're going to tell them that they can't have that on their vehicle on town property? No, we're not regulating what can and cannot be said on someone's vehicle. What we're regulating is what we're going to allow for political signs in the island out front of the
On the
townhouse.
ground, not on the vehicles. It's no, in my view, it's no different. I don't know as if you could limit somebody holding a sign either.
Right,
No, it's what's stuck in the ground,
unattended.
unattended,
Right.
or attended, because I can stick 100 signs and attend them and then say, I'm beating your system. All I gotta do is walk around and touch each
The
one.
sad part is we're doing this because most towns don't allow it. We're one of the few towns that do allow it, and we're worried about people
Abusing it.
abusing it, and
Ed?
Does the selectmen's ordinances supersede state law?
As long as they're stricter than state law. We can be more restrictive than the state laws allow, but we cannot be less restrictive. And as long as they don't violate the constitutions of both the state or the federal government.
664-17 gives the selectmen as a agency for the town to establish a policy for the use of that for election purposes.
For political sign purposes.
And so I'm very comfortable with that.
Because it was my understanding that the state law states that you cannot. Although it doesn't say, it doesn't.
No.
I
It does
assure
not.
you-
Without the, what the state laws, what the RSA states is without the permission of the property owner. Okay, the property is owned by the town, all the taxpayers of the town. But the taxpayers have elected 3 selectmen to be their leader or spokesperson for town properties. So therefore the select board can make the decision whether or not to allow political signs on town property or not. Same thing with state property.
I'm very comfortable with this decision.
So the rule would be is not to affix the sign to the property, correct?
Yes.
So they shouldn't have it against the sign, like they had signs all around the Brookfield sign.
or just sticking in the ground.
Yeah, what we're looking to allow is, and what we would be regulating is any signs that would be affixed to any buildings or structures on the property, or any signs that would be stuck into the ground. I mean, if somebody's carrying a sign, they can carry their sign.
The only exception would be the area designated by the moderator. The
For the
pathway
signage.
That's out, so that's why we say that.
Right, and no signs on any political day can be within a certain period, a certain area within the front door area. Can't restrict the flow into the voting booth.
Then who's responsible for enforcing this?
The moderator,
God bless you.
the select board, and the police department.
Thank you.
Okay?
So we have some work to do, but at least we know where we're going.
Yep.
Again, we're doing this, obviously we're not saying one political party, another political party, certain issues. This is to allow free speech.
Right.
Anything else?
On this topic,
We're under old business right now?
the town report.
Sure, go ahead.
Clifton, what are you doing? What's happening? We're down to the wire.
We're waiting on, again,
You
some,
have some
Hang on.
stuff, I have some
Talking about
stuff.
down the wire, what is the wire date?
Well, that's what I want to know. I'm curious. I don't know.
10 days. I would like
Most of these I've seen.
to be on my way to,
If this is your list,
this is my list.
then you haven't been getting emails because we've
Right,
had,
all of the emails to you,
Or
again
kicked
this
back.
year, are being kicked back to me.
I haven't
You
had,
guys have
email-
flooded my email box again then.
we haven't
No.
had it, I haven't gotten one through to you in a month?
Yeah, I haven't either. Because all of my reports are in both.
I will go home and send out emails to make sure that
The,
it's functioning correctly, because I am missing reports from, I don't have an updated official list. I don't have the warrant articles from last year with results, which usually comes from Virginia.
You'll have that, I have that here. I picked that up from Virginia yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's in her.
You've sent over the operating budget without, no, I've got to do that, don't I? The
No,
board-
I've done it without. I've
Okay.
done both years without.
Okay, so, and you've sent that over to me and it's come
Yes.
back?
Yes.
All
I
right,
have a copy here.
I don't have a report from the moderator. Stratford Regional Planning hasn't graced us with a report this year. I have no report from the treasurer. Cash book accounts,
Yes,
those were over too.
yeah.
Detailed report of revenues and expenditures has been gone. Is
So
over?
instead of doing that this year, what I did was to do a profit and loss to show you, instead of the detailed, which would show you the profit and loss, I did a profit and loss statement. That went last night, and I also am sending over tonight, or tomorrow night, a list of all the checks that were written for the town, instead of taking the time to do that detailed. It will give you the same information.
How many pages is this list of checks that were written for the town?
2 or 3, it's not that many.
Okay.
2 maybe.
I have no report from the town clerk.
I talked to the town clerk on his Richard Street.
She's having problems. I'm trying to work with her to get her report to balance.
No, this is the handwritten, well, okay, this is her normal report, okay.
I don't think
Summary of
she's-
accounts from the tax collector.
I don't know that one.
Code enforcement.
Yeah, that was done a
That's
couple weeks
done.
ago, but it got bounced back.
All right.
Ernie has it.
Heritage Commission,
I've done that one.
Yeah, it's done.
Planning Board. Trustees of the Trust Fund.
Planning board's done.
I'm just saying, don't look at me.
I've seen it.
Scholastic Achievement, Vital Statistics. The Trust Fund reports, one
That's
and,
done.
2 and 3.
Trustee of the trust funds?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all done.
All right, so if you want, you have all those reports on your computer?
Yes.
Tonight when you go home, you want to email them to me, and if they don't come through, I'll come over tomorrow and we'll load them up on a flash drive.
A question,
And then I'll call you tonight and say whether I got
additional
it.
things, just for, should we have something from the coast bus folks to put something in? You know, the bus service that's available on Wednesdays for the people residents of the town?
I believe it's a wonderful program, but I don't want to be advertising for people in the town report.
And that's federal dollars, and as soon as they pull the federal dollars, it's probably gonna fold as 10. It doesn't, you know, in a big city, I think there's a need for that.
If they want
No, I'm not saying right or wrong, I'm just saying
If
we
they
have a
want-
service here, maybe nobody's using it because we don't know we have it.
If Coast wanted to write a little paragraph or half a page of statistics on how many residents from Brookfield are using it, then, and what the benefits were, then I would say, yeah, we could put it in.
Okay, how about the people that run the ski, or the activities for the kids, you know, that $4,000 we pay.
Oh, the Parks and Rec.
Park and Recs.
Well, Pro.
He typically doesn't give us a report.
Well, for $4,000, I think we should have some idea. I know you've given verbally that all these people use it, but I just think some little statement would be nice if we're giving them that much money to show how it's being used.
You're gonna have enough room for that, homes,
What?
for the town report.
Yeah,
It's
you
growing.
You could have a town report that has 100 pages,
Yeah, I know.
especially in the new format.
Well, I think it would be good
Yeah,
for some
but-
of these things because I don't say it advertises, but it does. It makes people aware. You may have somebody not knowing that they could take part of this recreation thing that we're paying all this money for.
It'll also help people form a decision or an opinion on whether they think it's worth it or not.
So let's, and I know I'm not trying to stop it.
No,
I'm
just
just
a
trying
phone call.
See if he's got a report.
okay, and who do I call?
Ethan.
Ethan.
Hippo.
Ethan Hipple.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll even bounce back emails. He's
'Cause we-
really great.
Because we used
Yeah,
to
do you
put one
want
in.
his
He's
email
better than
address?
me,
I probably
He's
have.
better than me, huh?
Okay.
I just bounce him back.
I was gonna say, you just bounce back on stuff.
Let's see.
I've been having
The ballots, Virginia's all excited.
Change my websites.
Virginia's all excited. She needs the ballots ASAP because she has to get.
I haven't even seen a ballot.
Well, she's gonna. Should have one somewhere.
Oh.
I didn't lose it.